All right, what up, nerds? I'm Lester. That's Nick, and welcome to Your Mom's Basement. We just played a game of 40K Chaos versus Combined Imperium. My poor Lehman Russ here.
I'm really disappointed that I couldn't kill that one.
That really?
Yeah.
I mean,
and your predator.
You know the
little predator that could.
The little predator that could. I mean, he could probably use a name. Predators are really good. Yeah. He just he got focused on by everything, so. It didn't work out. Okay, so let's talk typical questions. What did you think of the game? Did you think it went super well? Did you think it went fucking shit?
I mean, I liked it. The only thing that really wasn't great for me is you taking my Helldrake down on your first turn.
Yeah. That was gonna happen though.
Yeah, and in hindsight, I just wish I would have taken the risk and had him charge your predator there.
Oh yeah, then he probably would have.
He might have gone down on my turn at that point, but I might have also been able to take out your predator and those guys too if he exploded, which
possibly.
Yeah,
and he would have probably done some damage to the bikers as well. It would have been actually really good for him to go in there and just blow up.
Yeah.
Freaking Arbiter did that to me in one of our off-camera games, where he basically used the Tesseract Vault as a bomb. Freaking A, man, like this game was just really tough for me.
Yeah.
So the normal adage, right, is boys before toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boys before toys, before toys. But I severely needed more toys. I think like this tank here, this Lehman Russ, really needed a las cannon as opposed to a third heavy bolter.
Right.
This unit of long fangs probably should have been a like las cannons and heavy bolters group as opposed to an all heavy bolters group.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because you have all this crazy heavy stuff. I also probably shouldn't have deployed a spread out across everything as I did. I was doing that to try and make sure I had both objective points that were in the thing.
Right.
Yeah. I also probably, honestly, I was thinking about the end game at the beginning of the game, when I should not have been. You know what I mean? I wasn't backwards planning. I was just like, I want the end state to be that I have those two objective points that are already in my deployment zone.
Right.
When, this one here, number 3 over there next to Molag Bal, was really close anyway.
Right.
Right, so I really should have, taken that side to try and deny your Lord of Skulls more cover.
Yeah, that was one thing I was actually really surprised about, is that you didn't try to go after him at all. And I get, why and going after the Helldrake first, but
yeah.
I mean, and that's part of the reason why you bring a Lord of Skulls in like strategy planning wise, at least for me, is I bring a Lord of Skulls in a list, because like he kind of is a distraction away from your other units.
Yeah.
So you bring a Lord of War and it's like, oh crap, I need to take that thing down.
Yes.
It's got 28 wounds and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And with him, it's great because he just keeps marching down the field and trying to get into melee with things at that point. Like once he starts taking wounds, you're like, all right, now I need to start hitting things with him because the more wounds he takes, the more attacks he gets.
Yeah.
The more attacks he gets, the more damage he can do. So
one of the things that I was thinking about that is that I actually wanted to get my bikes into melee with him, which is why I wasn't attacking him at range.
Right.
Because I didn't want when they got there for him to have more attacks. And Hellbrute proved to me that my idea was dumb. My idea was stupid. I should have.
So the funny thing is, he, I believe, would only have the same number of attacks against you as the Hellbrute did.
Yeah.
I'm going to double check that right now.
Okay.
My battle scribe.
Yeah. How like literally everything.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Because I would have used it, the Great Cleaver of Corn in slash mode.
Yeah, right.
So that would have been 12 attacks.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah, it didn't matter.
Yeah. So it would have been 12 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s.
Yeah, so it didn't matter at all.
Right.
Other things I'm thinking. And the unfortunate thing about this game for me is that when I'm looking back at it, I keep going back to two things: deployment and list building. And I understand that I should be thinking purely of the tactics that I took, right? Because the game is made so that quote points are points, but I'm not really sure. So funny thing, I have a funny question for you actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the idea of points are points in mind, right? You had 1509.
Yes.
Because we went with 1500, but then we were just like, fuck it, whatever.
I went slightly over.
And,
you went slightly
and I
over.
went slightly over, right? But I went slightly less over. I had 1504 or 5?
1505.
1505, and you had 1509.
Right.
How much effect on the game do you think those 4 points had?
I honestly don't think it would have been that much of a difference because I mean, if you wanted me to come down another 4 points, I would have just taken a cultist out of a group,
right?
And that's 4 points gone.
Yeah, and
so
that's
that
not even
puts me down to 1205 or 1505.
Yeah, right. So that wouldn't.
That would have made us dead even points wise.
Yeah, and that literally could not have changed this game at all.
Right.
That would have been like one point or one cultist out of a group that just sat still.
And honestly, if I had taken the cultist out of that group, it would have improved the leadership role that I made for them to flee.
Right.
It would have been less models had been taken out of the unit as a whole.
Right.
But
yeah, so it probably really wasn't a big deal because 4 points is one cultist. One cultist is not a huge difference. Although they did actually manage to do 1 wound to my bikers, which sucked.
So and then in hindsight too, at least for me, so that group of cultists right there, didn't have any shooting weapons. So I think maybe next time, because I was kind of expecting to try to like get them into melee, because they would have had a lot of attacks. They would have been slightly better at hitting you in melee than in shooting. And I think that's what that stratagem that I had told you about off camera is for. It's basically like, hey, this group of cultists was over here. Now they're right behind you and they're about to charge you. And I think that's pretty much what it is. It's or if you're playing as Nurgle and you get to bring zombies and
they're just there and they're super tough. One more typical question: MVP of the game, MVP for you.
Lord of Skulls, hands down. I mean, the one Gatling cannon shot into your HQ and just
wiped him out.
He
just melted, and then Lehman Russes are pretty tough.
If it's not him, it might have been Helldrake or Hellbrute, just because they did a good amount of damage to your Predator. I really wanted to take that thing out.
I mean,
having one health or having one wound left on it. It was like having that still be on the field messed up a lot of my plans.
He just didn't want to go down. I mean, he would get a little Predator that could, but I already have the little Rhino that could.
Right.
Speaking of rhinos, so. And again, going back to list making, I know that I shouldn't just be thinking about list making here, but it was a big deal, and your list making informs your tactical decisions. So a thing I think in this game, going first means a lot.
Yes, it's a huge thing because there's no. And I've said this before that we talked about it because we both play Infinity and whatnot, and there's no reaction with 40k. Right. So if you get first turn, it's huge.
Yes,
it's absolutely huge.
Yeah,
and
so I can't think of this. I've seen on other channels and stuff people say like, well, basically if you get first turn, you're gonna win, right?
I don't think that's necessarily true.
I don't agree
Because
with that at all.
we've played games before where I've gone first or where you've gone first, and
Yeah.
I think the Eldar game that we have
Yeah.
up on the channel, I believe you went first on that game, and I still came out on top.
Right.
One thing I will say,
Uh-huh.
which may or may not be the most fair thing in the world, but bringing Lord of War doesn't guarantee victory.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Oh,
for you
yeah.
to win.
Yeah. So my total lack of Lords of War at this point, because I own a Bobby Gilliman. I refuse to say his name. It's not Roberte, unfortunately. It's Robute.
Rabute.
And that's terrible. That's the worst.
Rabute Gilliman. That's not bad.
No,
it's not bad.
It's so bad.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, so, Bobby, so the fact that I don't play I mean, would he have helped this list? Probably not. Because most of his bonuses go to Ultramarines. So maybe what I'll do is I'll paint him up soon.
Bring an Ultramarines list.
Yeah, and I'll proxy Ultramarines, and that'll be interesting. And we'll also, because he also has an Imperium as a whole bonus, so maybe I'll do Combined Imperium again. I really like Combined Imperium.
So the last time that I fought you with, and you were using Combined Imperium, I don't remember if it was on camera or not.
I do believe it was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you destroyed me.
Yeah.
And this time the role was a little bit reversed.
Right.
I think a lot of this game, it's not necessarily even, what list you bring or what list your opponent has. It really just comes down to how good are your dice rolls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a dice game.
It's a dice game. So
and dice happen.
Yes.
And mine were
you could have the greatest list in the world. Like I could have brought 3 Lord of Wars. Yeah. That could have been my list. And if the dice didn't roll well, the dice didn't roll well.
Yeah. Fair. That's totally fair.
But I do agree with you in the sense of needing more toys. Like having more las cannons or meltas or anything that could have done more damage to armor.
For this game specifically.
Yes.
Now that is for I honestly think, and also I think I made a couple. So there's a couple of other errors that I kind of consider in this building here, and in play. I actually think dropping my one squad of Wolfguard behind your bikers all by themselves was just a horrible mistake, and I kind of knew it as I was setting up those dice to measure it out. Which, by the way, pre-measuring makes this whole process a lot easier. That's the 28-second movement phase.
I was kind of surprised to see you drop them behind there.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were going to drop them in front.
Yeah. That probably would have been smarter.
Well, you would have been able to fit both squads.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I get wanting to get to those bikers, and I get why you dropped these guys here to try to come after my demon prince.
Yep.
But I would have said, okay, which one do I want to take out first?
Mm-hmm.
And I would have dropped both of my squads either after my demon prince or both of the squads after the bikers and the space marines.
I really should have. Looking back,
if you could have, and then the other thing, if you could have taken me off at that point, this game could be a lot different, right?
So what I should have done, I definitely should have done, is I should have consolidated their. So they all had wolf claws, which are amazing. They are so good, but I should have dropped all of their points from wolf claws. Right, because they're each 5 points, right? So I would have had, or they're not 5 points. Excuse me. I need to check my points once again. But I would have had enough for one Thunderhammer per group.
Okay.
Right. So what I should have done here is I should have had each of those groups have one Thunderhammer, and then I should have dropped them in here, so that they could both go after your Demon Prince.
Yeah.
Right. And so he would have messed them up in melee, right? But he just wouldn't.
He would not have been able to take both squads down.
Right. He
in one turn.
Right. And taking both. Yeah. And this is one of those times, but it is one of those times where I'm thinking, sometimes I think maybe I should bring things in big full squads, but no, minimum squads for this.
Yeah.
Because then they both could have charged in, and you would have had to have kind of split your attacks between the groups. So if you even wanted to remove one group in one fight, it would have had to take in all your attacks, right? And leaving the other group entirely alone. So then a couple, the Thunder Hammers in there on your Demon Prince, maybe he would have dropped. If he had dropped, then my tanks, hopefully could have done something over there against your bikers and whatnot, while the Wolf Guard then turned to go fight over there. But mistakes they are made, and they get made a lot because that's how people work, right? Yeah. So bikers. What do you think of bikers in general? Because we both brought bikers,
and this is my first time ever using bikers.
Yeah.
I really dig them.
Yeah, they're cool.
They're cool. Hindsight,
yeah.
Again, flamers would have been awesome to have on them. Counter flamers would have been great.
Yep.
Because when you charged me, I would have been able to just auto hit.
Yep.
And that would have been sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. I think. So I brought that Vanguard detachment, and that Vanguard detachment was made up of the bikes and the jump pack guys. And so with the bikes and the jump packs, I kind of wish I had all bikes, right?
Yeah.
And with all bikes, then I could have made kind of a cohesive bike force. A thing I'm thinking about Deep Strike, and I don't know how often you use Deep Strike in general.
I generally like to bring a squad of at least one squad of Terminators with every list, and I didn't. The only Terminator I had was my Terminator Sorcerer,
who I thought was gonna effing die, but just didn't.
2-up save and an invuln save, and being a psyker. Is super helpful. And I was actually nervous. So and the reason why I was nervous that he was going to die first is because if he dies first, and then you kill my Warlord, I've got nobody left to be my Warlord.
Right.
So and that's one of the things with Alpha Legion is, so if you kill my Warlord, you have to kill all of my other HQ choices that I bring.
Right.
And I'm going to be making a fun list, just total bullshit.
Just total bullshit.
Like 4 HQ choices.
4 HQ choices.
You want Slay the Warlord, you're going to have to work for it.
Yeah. Alpha Legion. So, also, Alpha Legion, the Legion tactic, how... That was actually pretty impactful, now that I'm looking back at it.
Yeah. The whole being... Essentially, if I'm further away from 12 inches, I'm hard to hit.
Yeah.
With my Hellbrute, my Bikers, my HQ choices, and my troop choices.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I wish it was everything in the army.
I mean,
because why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
But it would be ridiculous. Like if the Lord of Skulls was hard to hit and the Helldrake was hard to hit, I mean, that would have changed the way that this went a little bit.
I mean, dude, not too much. Not too much.
But only because you never even shot at the Lord of Skulls.
I mean, I really just wanted to clear some of the smaller threats, but I just did not get the chance to. I was not expecting the rate of attrition that I faced. Yeah, because I got fucking swamped. Got freaking swamped, man.
This was the big thing. Taking away your ability to give orders to this guy.
Yeah.
Big.
Huge. It's terrible that we went. You know what? It's terrible we went there as opposed to Billy Fusillo.
But and then Hellbrute did a pretty good job of tar pitting up those bikers there.
You know, so we were talking about Terminators before this game started,
Yes.
and now one of the things I really wish I'd had here was some Terminators. Because if I had, you know, again, why do I keep going back to list building, and it basically comes down to Lester, build better lists, you jackass. But if I had brought...
Well, I think with you,
Yeah.
when you build a list, and just because I know you,
Yeah.
You tend to build your lists more as this thing that I can do with this list is really kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm going to go with it. Whereas, it's not necessarily a bad thing sometimes, because
Right.
a lot of times it works out for you.
Yeah.
But then there's other times when you're like, oh man, this is a thing I could do, and I'm trying to build this list within this certain number of points, and this is cool stuff. So I'm going to build this list, and then you go back and you're like, well, if I had not tried to do that cool thing necessarily, and I had brought these guys instead and these guys instead.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, right. Like if I'm like, man, if I would just built a competent list that I know works. Like
and that's the other thing too. And but at the same time, you know, especially with you, you know, doing this for YouTube.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring the exact same list every single time.
Oh,
you want to bring something that shows people new things.
Yeah, especially if I'm also, because, you know, I'm collecting constantly, and I'm putting, so like next game I'll probably have a drop pod full of Wolfen, because, you know, and I said this off camera during the game, drop pod full of Wolfen would have made, like, I was about to start talking to think about Deep Strike, and so if I had brought a drop pod full of Wolfen with, like, I don't know, with a Wolf Lord in there, or like some sort of other support aura, then I could have actually made a cohesive unit out of my Deep Strikers. Right. So I was talking to Rennie, who you know nobody on the channel knows, but I know. Right. So he was talking about how he uses scions, Astro Militarum scions. So with them, what he does is he basically makes a force that's a viable force all on its own, but then everything kind of happens to have Deep Strike. Right. And that makes it work really well.
Right.
Because and I kind of had that same theory kind of going through this list, through its first iterations before I started running it. But then I was like, but I want to run my tank because I just painted this one up, so it looks sweet.
So the rule changes to drop pods now, with them only being able to bring certain things too.
Yeah.
It kind of hinders strategy things that you can do.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not the greatest. I mean, obviously, as somebody that doesn't really play Imperium all that much, I'm not terribly upset about it. I'm super jealous that you guys even have drop pods.
Oh my god, they're so good. Well, actually, they're not so good thus far. But I think
there's just something that I would love to see, and that's a group of cultists just swarming out of drop pods.
I mean, you know, it would be 10 of them, so like not a max unit, but like it would be funny.
Yeah,
it would be funny as hell. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try probably at least one drop pod in the next game. So good. Now you know I'm gonna play with drop pods next game. And you're probably
bring Terminators and Hellfire Missile Racks.
I mean, you know what? Hey, that. Oh man, that was so good.
Cannons. And...
yeah, those Reaper autocannons. Oh man, they messed my dudes up. Yeah. So we're probably because I really want to get more value out of my Wolfguard with jump packs because they look really cool.
They do look really cool. I like the little seal that you got on this guy too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they come modeled. So.
Well, yeah. I'm just like you actually. Sometimes you see these and people just
leave them
pants over them.
I mean, I do as well. There's because you know sometimes they're not really essential.
Right.
But I wanted my Wolfguard to look really sweet.
I mean, you've got a fully painted list here. You know, fully table ready painted list.
Yeah.
And
3 colors down.
A lot of my guys are not. So I mean, you know, I feel awful that my Lord of Skulls looks so terrible right now. It's just that I really wanted to use him.
I mean,
I just finally built him yesterday.
He's still big, imposing in detail.
Yes.
And he does work.
He does work.
Does work.
Does work.
Yeah, he does so much work that I can't speak English anymore. Yeah, that's how much he messed me up. All right. Any final thoughts there, Nicholas?
Lord of Skull's cool.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm necessarily going to bring him on in my next list.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons, but that's...
Yeah. I mean, I think Lords of War are hyper powerful.
Yes.
And I need... Because, people want to come in and bring their Lords of War. I know the Arbiter has one that I painted, and I want people to see it because I painted it. But, I definitely... I want to... So, but then they don't want to bring Lords of War against me. Some people don't.
Maybe I'll fight the Arbiter on an episode, and
that'll be perfect.
We can Lord of War it up.
Yeah, I mean Lord of Skulls versus Tesseract Vault. Oh,
yeah,
that'd be cool. You got to get that fully painted though before we do that.
Oh yeah,
for sure,
100%. We did an off-camera who would win. I think between the Tesseract Vault and we did the Satan and the Wraith Knight.
And the Wraith Knight, yeah.
And Wraith Knight won.
Wraith Knight did win, so I'm probably, I don't know, in my purchases soon will probably be an Imperial Knight.
Get one.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yes. All right. So, wrapping up for me, my final thoughts. Just build lists that are cool. Oh, what do you think? I mean, I love Imperium. Like I said, I love Imperium combined. I love it. I love it a lot, and I really like that it's becoming as I look forward at it. It looks more viable. Because the stuff in Codex Astra Militarum makes them really cool all on their own and gives them cool regimental tactics. And I just love I love the idea, which again we'll probably see soonish, of Valhallan infantry, which are back on the Games Workshop store online, so that's really cool. So Valhallan infantry and tanks, and then a flanking or deep striking unit of Space Wolves, right? And I would call that list "Winter is Coming" because
that would be
winter themed.
That would be a cool list to bring for. We've been talking about doing a narrative campaign.
Yeah,
so that'd be a cool list to bring.
Get it? Cool. Space Wolves and Valhallans.
I definitely didn't do that on purpose.
I did.
Well,
what? Well, yeah. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say good game.
Oh yeah, good games.
Good
games as always. we play good games. And I never really.
Hopefully they're entertaining. That's
the real question.
Yeah.
And I never really feel bad after one, unless I whoop your ass really bad. Then I'm like, oh, that's the only time I feel bad.
Yeah.
So, like it if you do, comment if you want, hit that subscribe button. You too can live in your mom's basement. Oh, I should probably talk about the stream. Yeah, I stream sometimes. Twitch.tv/your mom's basement gaming. And I know that's really unwieldy, but all the acronyms are already taken. Check us out on Twitter at YMB Games, I think. Either way, links down below. Have a good one.
That's how you can end it. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Have
a good one.
If I never see you ever, have a good life, you nerds.